This is the president's warning. If an Iranian ship approaches the blockade, it will be immediately eliminated. ES-Kiger Marines may board Iranian tankers, and CENTCOM will neutralize Iranian fast boats in the strait. An Iranian surveillance drone flew too close to our destroyer and we shot it down. 2 tankers with false flags heading to China were intercepted and forced to turn back. This is completely reversing everything Iran did in the strait. Now ships from every country in the world can sail except those from Iran. 15 American warships are involved in the operation. The mission in the strait began this weekend when 2 destroyers sailed through the channel. The USS Frank E. Peterson and the USS Michael Murphy were the first ships to enter the strait since the beginning of the conflict. The regime threatened to attack even if American ships entered. We did, and they did nothing. We are about to clear the Strait of Mines so that the oil tankers have a completely free path. The Iranians dropped some mines in the strait and forgot where they put them. However, we have tools like our Kingfish drones, which are shaped like torpedoes and use sonar to map the seafloor and locate hidden explosives. Our Knife-Edge mine hunters also scan the seafloor. We also have remotely controlled jet skis and mine hunters that search the water. Our littoral combat ships deploy a variety of anti-mine systems, even CC Hawk helicopters that destroy mines from the air. Soon we'll also have support.
Is it your anticipation, Mr. Fred?
Will the U.S. actually be able to change the course of the war if they decide to invade Iran?
Yes, others.
Countries will do
that. We don't need other countries, frankly, but they offered their services. Let's leave it at that. We'll probably announce it tomorrow.
The Royal Navy has mine-sweeping ships, but the British are being picky. They're organizing another meeting with the French and others about whether and when they'll give us a hand. Too little, too late? We'll see. Anyway, the president's objectives are clear.
We can't let the country blackmail or extort the world because that's exactly what they're doing. We won't allow it.
Iran said it would open the strait for a ceasefire, but it lied and is charging bribes in Chinese currency and Bitcoin. Navy strategist of Zhan Quan stated, "The mafia calls it protection. Iran calls it a toll. The result is the same. Where the free seas end, extortion begins. Giving up the strait would mean giving up American naval control. And that would send a message to Beijing that they can do the same in the South China Sea, where another large part of global trade passes through. Oil needs to flow freely and trade must be done in dollars. Any threat to that is a threat to the pillars of American supremacy. Isolating Iran hits the regime in the pocket and puts pressure on its biggest customer, China. A successful naval blockade creates the conditions for a total defeat of Iran. The message has been delivered. Are the Democrats pretending to be naive, or are they really that naive? I really can't understand how to block the strait. It could actually make the Iranians open it again. We've imposed naval blockades on the Iranians before, blocking weapons to the Houthis and also to Venezuela. That's what turned enemies into friends in an instant. The market likes the blockade. The Dow went up 300 points today and oil futures closed lower. It was expected that the market would crash without a peace deal, but it didn't. Investors think the blockade will work, and so does the military leadership. A former Navy commander told Primetime, "The quarantine is like pressing them against the wall, and you have to keep going until they give in."
I think this will last until we find out what the Iranians are doing, attacking their command and control, and if necessary, maintaining kinetic strikes as suggested. Attack the bridges and power plants, bring them down and make them suffer, make them get on their knees if necessary. We try that first by blockading the strait to prevent oil exports. If China gets upset, great, it's a win-win situation for the United States.
The Chinese are also feeling the pressure. The USA has just become the global emergency reserve. We'll talk about that soon. No more cheap, unsanctioned oil for Beijing. China will pay a high price and its supply will be crushed. Xi Jinping is about to give in. President with Egypt in conflict, I know you're going to meet with now.
But we get along very well with China. He also wants to resolve this. He certainly wants it all to end. I want this to end too.
Remember when we threatened the bridge and the power plant, and China told Iran to surrender? Now the oil blockade will probably be the final blow. The Iranians are trying to buy time. With the war dragging on, the regime postpones the revolution, but their economy is suffering a devastating depression. This blockade is costing the regime almost $400 million a day. That's $13 billion a month. Iran only stores oil for 2 weeks before shutting down the wells. They can't outlast us. The world needs our energy. More than 120 empty oil tankers are currently on their way to the Gulf of America.
Many ships are heading to our country right now to load the best, really. I think you could say someone said the best and the sweetest. I don't know exactly what sweet means, but when it comes to oil, it's something good. They are coming to our country. Many ships are arriving.
The Iranian steel and petrochemical industries were decimated. Without oil revenues, all that's left is to sell pistachios to the Pakistanis. It could get worse. The president is still considering limited airstrikes, saying that the targets are easy to hit. The Iranians are losing control here, and Vance, who spent 20 hours negotiating with them, said that we are totally in control of the situation. We have a lot of cards in our favor, and we'll see what the Iranians will do. The ceasefire only has 8 days left, and the Iranians are not cooperating. They don't realize they're not dealing with Barack Obama.
They will never have a nuclear weapon. Iran can take note. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. We agreed on many things, but they still haven't accepted that. I think they will agree. I'm almost sure they will. If they don't agree, there will be no deal. There will never be a deal. Iran will not have a nuclear weapon, and we will get the powder back. We will recover it, or we will take it back from them, or we will seize it.
The Iranians may still have uranium stored deep underground. With more than 400 kilos of it, and despite ETU, INA, and Israel attacking laboratories and scientists, there is still a complex system of tunnels underground, under their mountains. American satellites are monitoring the situation, and so far nothing has been moved out. Pakistan says that Iran doesn't have the military means to keep fighting us. It's just a matter of time. A door to an agreement is not closed. That's what a source told Axios. Both sides are negotiating. It's a bazaar.
We were called this morning by the right people, by the relevant people, and they want to negotiate a deal. They would like to negotiate a deal.
The New York Times, however, is rooting for us to lose the war because of their TDS.
I don't want to see Netanyahu or Donald Trump strengthened by this war because they are horrible people. Both have anti-democratic agendas in their countries and are alleged criminals. They are terrible people, damaging the reputation of the United States and Israel in the world. So I really feel divided. I want to see Iran defeated militarily, but I don't want to see these two terrible people strengthened.
Friedman says, destroy the biggest terrorist regime in the world and take away their nuclear weapons, or Trump comes out looking good. It's hard.